has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
You're going to want to do a couple things. One, get the SportsGrid app. It's free. It has everything. Literally. You can watch the network, listen to the network. It's got the TV side, the radio side. Follow your favorite hosts like Carver High. It's all on there. In-game odds, stories, videos, highlights. The best app in the business, the SportsGrid app. It's free on iOS and Android. Second of all, you're going to need to know that we're streaming on X, even this very minute, at SportsGrid-Live. 7 days a week, streaming on X. It's like, how did this happen? But it did happen, and everybody's doing it, and they all dig it. 3, you're going to want to get the Coast to Coast and Ferrall on the Bench podcast Monday through Friday on Apple, iTunes, or wherever you get podcasts, because both of those things happen every single day. It's a beautiful thing. 4, let's look at the rundown tonight on SportsGrid TV and then SportsGrid Radio. First of all, after this show at 6 East, it's GTD, Game Time Decisions with the Kevin Walsh. 8 o'clock, after that show, from 8 to 10, it's the original OG, in-game live with Wetzel and Sherapan. Scotty Wetzel, Dave Sherapan, in-game live, 8 to 10. 10 o'clock, 10 East to midnight. It's Sports Rage with Gabe Morency and friends. That includes the Prime Minister, Cam Stewart, live in Toronto. On SportsGrid Radio, from 8 to 10, it's Carver and Lisi. You get it all on this show. Carver and Lisi, every night, 8 to 10. Are you kidding me? Plus the TV side. I mean, honestly, who made this stuff up? Like, who did this? Who created this? Get that guy a beverage and a free steak. I believe the guy that created this deserves a steak and a drink. Maybe a cold, frothy beer. I don't know, a beverage of choice, whatever it is. SportsGrid TV and radio every night, right here, all day, every day, and streaming on X. You got to be kidding me. All right, we're into the coup de grace hour of C2C with Carver High and myself from New York City. It's great to have you with us. Where are we going here? After all this, the Masters and everything else, where are you taking me now?
I just have a couple of other things to finish up with the hoops, and then I want to get you to the baseball because we have a lot of games tonight and a couple of things to talk about from the weekend. First of all, we did this all year, so I figured I might as well close the book on this. The best and the worst teams against the spread in the NBA this year. Everybody's played all 82 now. Congrats to the Thunder, Scotty. They finished with the best record, not only straight up in the NBA, but against the spread, 54, 26, and 3. Shout out to the Raptors and the Blazers, who didn't make anything. And they finished in the top 5 of taking people to the window, and that's really all that matters. As far as the worst teams, well, it's just who you'd expect. The Sixers, the Suns, the Wizards, the Pelicans, and the Kings. They were the worst against the spread this past year.
I vote. Listen, I was literally going to say the exact same thing you did about the Raps and the Blazers. Their future is bright. They got to wear shades. On the other side, I literally said it to David Grubb with, trepidation. I'm very nervous to say it because it's not nice. But I think the Pelicans should leave New Orleans. That's how bad they are. I think they should leave New Orleans. It should be a Saints town and a food town and a jazz town and a Super Bowl town and a party town. And they are an NBA abortion. I don't care what anybody says. That's how bad it is. I mean, they are a bloodletting waiting to happen. So I am not surprised at all how bad they are. And I have said this a million times. I'll say it again. Zion Williamson wants to hang himself playing there, literally. And I'm not kidding. Like I'd be in my garage with a rope. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's so awful there playing there. And like I'll never forget driving by the arena and seeing all the videos they got of him up on the big screen. They got like a big TV monitor out there. They're showing this guy dunking. They let him play once a month. I mean, it's a joke. So you know what? You get what you deserve. You get what you deserve. Despite your great food down there, you get what you deserve. Great food.
As far as the team that played the most overs
you were right, Carter.
in the NBA this year, the Cavs and the Hawks played the most overs. 50 of their 82 games went over the number. Meanwhile, the Hornets played the most unders in the NBA this year. 49 of their games went under the number. Most profitable under team was in Charlotte this past season. So
honestly,
congrats
speaking
to
of
all
bad
of them.
teams, the Nets are on that list. I mean, they are another one. What a bunch of ragtag bums they are. I mean, I think my team could go in there and win.
We were on the radio Friday night, me and Joe, and we were looking because everybody was playing Friday night in the NBA, and I was looking at the net lineup, and I'm going, you couldn't pick this starting five that the Nets ran out there Friday. I mean, they started Friday night. Trendon Watford, Jalen Wilson, your boy Reese, don't call me Clarence Beekman, Keon Johnson, and your boy Timmy from Gonzaga. That was the starting five for the Nets.
I like Drew Timmy. I hope he gets a job in the NBA because I kind of like his approach and his mentality. He's like, I can't even believe I'm here. And then he's having doubles. But the rest, like, if you listen to Ferrall on a Bench podcast today, every other score I give, some leading score in a game on Sunday in these ragtag games that didn't matter, was some guy I've never heard of. I'm like, the entire show, I'm like, who? I've never heard of him. Who? I've never heard of him. Carver High's famous line, who? I've never heard of him. Who? I've never heard. The entire show, I said it like 12 times, the leading scorer in the NBA. I mean, it is so bad. It's like, who's sitting? You'd think I was at a Roger Daltrey show. The Who.
Amazing. It really is. We'll do odds. We have all week for this. Odds to win the East and the West. We'll do those tomorrow, Wednesday, as we get ready for the first round this weekend. WNBA draft is tonight. It is pretty much known, if not expected, that Paige Beckers will be the first pick. I believe that's Dallas, who has the first pick in the WNBA draft tonight. That is where Paige Beckers is going to be going.
Are they going to trade her? Is Nico going to get his hands on her?
As you mentioned before, she did also sign a 3-year deal with the Unrivaled League. Her first-year salary in the Unrivaled exceeds what she'll make in her entire 4-year WNBA rookie deal.
That's not embarrassing. She could make more money in stores. You could play college basketball and make triple the money of the WNBA. The WNBA, I don't care what anybody says around here or otherwise, when the fact is they pay no one anything, is all you need to know that it's a joke. I don't care what anyone says. Like that Angel Reese is the first time I've ever agreed with that pain in the ass. She's right that it's so broke-ass cheap that it's embarrassing. She's like, we should be paid like the men. You're tripping, honey. But I'll tell you another thing. You deserve way more money than you're getting. You know, the bottom line is they should all just play in Unrivaled and be done with it. Like they should strike and just not play for the price that they're paying and go play Unrivaled and make money and all make a living. I mean, who needs the WNBA if everybody's broke ass and starving? And they won't even fly them on they're making them go commercial.
They've changed that now. They've got the
I don't believe a word of it that they've changed anything. It's a broke ass league. That's all there is to it.
Two things. One, Clark got no money last year either. And the only reason she didn't play the Unrivaled is because she has more endorsements than anyone in the world. Like she's on every commercial on demand. So she doesn't need to play Unrivaled. And two, are they going to beat the hell out of this Beckers this year like they did to Clark last year? Are they going to beat her up when she gets in the league? Push her around, knock her over like they did with Clark? Maybe. I don't know. She's going to get as much jazz. Oh, she went to UConn. She went to UConn. She's okay.
Nobody watches. It's in the summer. People have better things to do.
Nobody watches.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
fantasy baseball. Let's be honest, George. There's a lot of things antiquated about this game that we love. Man, like I would love to try some new little wrinkles here. And so for Sam's question here on the show, I think it's at least fair to ask the question, with catchers in fantasy baseball, and sometimes we're playing in 2 catcher leagues, why at this stage of the game? I have no idea. If you're still doing it, you're behind in the times. Buy or sell, catchers should get a fantasy point for throwing out runners trying to steal. So essentially awarding a defensive play to get an offensive point in fantasy. You're going to buy or sell this?
I mean, so this never even crossed my mind. I hate the catcher position because they get hurt so much. You play in a 2-catcher league, I don't know what to tell you. You know, it's like, what are we doing here? There are not 24, assuming a 12-team league, there are not 24 catchers to draft in baseball. There's just not. Although I'm the first person to tell you, Herrera's probably out there in a bunch of leagues there because we didn't see that power coming. Should he get a point? I think if you're going to do this, by the way, why a point? What are you throwing out? 1, 2 base runners a week? It's 2 points. Who cares? You know, shouldn't it be more? I mean, if we're going to do this, should we do it right? Should it be 5 points? You know, so I would probably go that direction. If you're going to do it right. Give it more points. And by the way, then let's go further. You make an error, you're losing points. No one gets an error anymore. All right, if you get an error, it means you really screwed up. I was watching that Yankee-Pittsburgh game yesterday because I think it was who cares? Somebody hit the ball hard to Isaiah Felipe at shortstop. He didn't have to move, but he dropped it. They called it a hit because he hit the ball hard with 3 hopper. Oh, hard hit, error. So let's do that too. So yeah, I'm kind of on board with this, but you need more than one. It can't just be a point that's meaningless. You need more than one.
Fantasy Sports Today. Weekends starting at 8 a.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, we go to baseball now because a lot like hockey, everybody loves baseball as long as there's long balls involved.
As long as we have taters, we'll be fine. We have a lot of games tonight. Let me quickly give you a few things from the weekend. Nice weekend for the Yankees. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Giants, including 5-4 yesterday. This Jung-Ho Lee absolutely tortured them all weekend long. Another big fly, putting the Giants ahead from him on NBC Sports Bay Area.
Right field. Judge back. Still going back. Goodbye. Jung-Ho Lee has made himself at home in the big ballpark in the Bronx. Like the Babe. Like the Mick. Reggie Jackson. Jung-Ho Lee.
Whoa, slow down, John. Slow down, John. But I will give him credit. We have to add Jung-Ho to our Who Club.
Yeah.
Honestly, our Roger Daltrey Club. We got to put Who in there. You might have to put him up there, ring him up maybe once a month for a little tater action.
I gotta tell you, I don't have him on the board tonight, but I think I might play him because I like the matchup against Taijuan Walker. So we might be able to get in on Lee tonight down in Philly. Jays beat the Orioles 7-6 in 10 innings. Rays beat the Braves. They gave the Braves problems all weekend as they took 2 out of 3 from them. The Royals beat Cleveland 4-2. How about your boy Cole? Don't call me Ronald Reagan. Second pitcher in Royals history to have 10-plus Ks in 3 straight starts. Not bad.
Can we start betting the prop on this guy's Ks that they put up at 6.5 every time he pitches and he has 10?
Yeah. Reds beat the Pirates 4-0 in Cincinnati. Was that the Ellie Grand Slam yesterday? Was that the only runs of the game? Or was that Saturday? When did Ellie hit the Grand Slam? That was yesterday? What's the difference? It's the Pirates. Marlins beat the Nats 11-4. Astros beat the Angels. Red Sox beat the White Sox. Your boy Garrett, don't call me Davy Crockett because my name is Crochet. What did he take, a no-hitter into the 8th, I believe, yesterday?
Before the guy he got traded for broke it up.
Wow. How about that? That I did not know. Twins beat the Tigers. Cards beat the Phillies. The Mets scored a lot of runs in Sacramento all weekend against the A's. Speaking of not scoring runs, the Rockies were shut out by the Padres 6-0 yesterday. In fact, they didn't score a run all weekend. The Padres shut them
They had
out.
9
Friday,
hits in the entire series.
Saturday, Sunday, 27 innings of bagels. Michael King got 9 of them for the Padres
Who would be
yesterday.
king?
MLB
On the ground, Machado to second for one, on to first. Complete game shutout for Michael King. Just the second in Major League Baseball this season.
Michael, who would be king. And I'll say this, I know you know it. They're undefeated at home. And I love the Friars out west. That's my team out there at Petco with the soft serve ice cream in the ball cap and the young gun at San Diego State. And I constantly tell them, if you want to go to the Padre game, just let me know and I'll get you tickets. Let's go. Because they're fun to go see play. And not only that, I swear to you, I will give my right hand if they beat the Dodgers. I'll chop my right hand off. Give me the Padres in the West and to win the division and to beat them in the playoffs, because they said last year the only World Series they played was against the Padres. I want to see the San Diego Padres dethrone the Dodgers more than anything else in baseball this year. More than anything. I like watching Skeens and the Pirates suck. I like watching the Yankees and they suck. I want to watch the Padres because they win.
Well, the Padres, as you said, are 10-0 at Petco. They are 13-3 overall. That is the best record in Major League Baseball so far. Diamondbacks beat the Brewers 5-2. The Mariners swept all 3 games from the Rangers this weekend up in Seattle, and Cal Raleigh had a homer in not one, not 2, but all 3 games on MLB.
Splitter. Fly ball, right field. It is back in the corner. He's done it again. Cal Raleigh has homered for the 3rd straight game.
3, 4, 5. He just keeps doing it. Our guy, Cal. We got 2 of them. Cal Raleigh, who hits dingers, and Cal Quantrill, who never wins.
Never wins. And finally, from the weekend, the Cubbies take 2 out of 3 in Los Angeles against the Dodgers. They beat them 16-0 on Saturday night. And then last night, they got not 1 but 2 homers from Pete Let the Crow Fly Armstrong on ESPN.
What?
Armstrong gets into another one. Sends Edman back. He's watching it land in the stands. What a night for Pete Crow Armstrong.
20-2, Saturday and Sunday at the Ravine. You talk about getting your ass beat. That was the best thing for me in baseball all weekend, watching them get cooked by the Cubbies at Dodger Stadium. And then they lose their pitcher, your boy Steel Mill. That's a problem.
Yeah, that does hurt. They lose one of their best starters. Justin Steele, the Steel Mill, is done for the season. He's having elbow surgery. They're not sure if it's exactly Tommy John yet or not. But
I like him. That sucks.
Either way, it does suck because they're out to a good start. They're in first right now in the NL Central, and that was after losing those first 2 games to the Dodgers in Tokyo. So they're 11-5 since coming back from Tokyo. So they've played some good baseball.
And they beat their ass to get revenge on them.
And we're going to talk about tonight's games when we come back. How about this series opening tonight? The Cubbies, who are 11-7, into Petco against the Padres, who are 13-3. So the good series with the Cubs and the Friars starting tonight that we will have to discuss. And Aaron Judge will be the captain for Team USA at the World Baseball Classic next year. We're already naming captains.
He wasn't playing it before, but now he's going to play in it and be the captain?
Yeah, I guess, and apparently he didn't tell the Yankees, but they did the press conference today at Yankee Stadium, so they obviously must know and don't care, or else they wouldn't let him do the press conference.
Who cares what they think? With the money they make, who cares what they think? Honestly, he can do whatever he wants.
He's Aaron Judge. Just get some hits in October for once, and everybody will be happy.
That never happens.
all know nothing beats the energy of playing live roulette in a casino. But playing roulette online sure does have its perks. At the casino, you'll average 40 to 50 spins per hour. But online, you're looking at 100 to 150. The more spins, the more chance of wins. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 18.5 points live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
All right, let's look at tonight's baseball games and start betting.
Yeah, let's start going to the window here for tonight. And the Pirates are home this evening at PNC. And, of course, they'll get a big crowd because who's on the mound? Paul Skeens night in Pittsburgh against the Nationals. That also means you're going to pay for it. Minus 205 for the Buccos this evening. The Nats are plus $170. They'll have your boy, Brad Lord. May the Lord be with you. 7.5 is
Lord be with
the total.
You. And also with you. I will say this. Paul Skeens is amazing, but I think he's doing too much stuff on the side. He's become so famous. He's doing GQ shoots and, doing all kinds of, video games. And he's on the cover of this and that. And they got him, already winning the Cy Young. And what he's doing is he's going out and getting lit up. His last start, he gave up 5 runs in 4 innings. I'll take him tonight anyway because I think the Nationals suck. And I think Skeens has to wake up and stop doing all this Hollywood stuff and start being who he is. He's a pitcher. I think all this fame and fortune is getting to his head, and it only took 1 year. Am I wrong, Mike? Like, he's not pitching well. He gave up 5 runs his last start, and he's already had 2 bad starts. And he had the 4-1 lead, and the Pirates blew that game in Miami. But he has not been great at all. I think it's because he's doing all this other stuff. Not only that, he's doing interviews about his other stuff. He's like, yeah, I can't believe I'm in GQ. I'd never heard of it before, but it was a pretty good photo shoot, didn't you think? I thought my girlfriend looked good. Like, bro, honestly, just go pitch.
I would say this is his 4th start of the season. I would say only one of the first 3 were really good. That was the one in Tampa, that afternoon game, where he pitched really well that day. But other than that, the Miami game and the St. Louis game, he didn't pitch well in either of them. Even the game that they blew for him. He wasn't great in that opening day game.
They already handed him the Cy Young. He's not even winning that. That's not happening either.
Yeah, there's a long way to go to be handing anybody the Cy Young in April or anything. There's just way too much time left in the season.
He needs to work. He needs to bust his ass and work and stop being famous. Like, I think it's gotten to him already. It took 1 year.
Is it part of that because the team sucks, so he thinks he has to do all that to get himself boosted up? Because if he doesn't do it, the team is so bad, he's not going to be in these high-profile games or the playoffs or anything like that? Maybe
Well,
that's why.
I think there's some semblance of that he's not in anything that matters except All-Star games where he started. But I think that he's a great talent and he needs to show what he's made of pitching. And all this other stuff is bullshit. I mean, that's just money and side cheese and side hustle and all this other stuff. Fame and fortune. It ruins everyone. It ruins everyone. It really does. I don't care what anybody says. It ruins everyone. I want to see the guy pure as day pitch and not have his arm fall off. I've told you that 1,000 times. I don't care about all this other bullshit. I don't care about it.
Yeah. The Giants, after taking 2 out of 3 at Yankee Stadium this weekend, they're also ahead of the Dodgers in the NL West. They're out to an 11-4 start. They're in Philadelphia to open up a series tonight. Landon Raup against Taijuan Walker this evening. I've got this now as a pick of -110 both ways and an 8.5 for the total.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep taking the Giants because they're kicking everyone's ass.
Not bad. Not a bad reason. Not a bad reason at all, because they are kicking everyone's ass, it seems, on a daily basis. The Red Sox head south. They will be in Tampa at Steinbrenner Field against the Rays tonight. Tanner Houck and Shane Baz going. Rays -120. Even money for the Sox and an 8.5. What a tough weekend the Sox had in Chicago. What a shame it was for them over there against the White Sox.
I don't care about their problems. In fact, they'll continue tonight at Steinbrenner Field as Baz will beat them.
The Royals open a series in the Bronx against the Yankees. The Yankees have Carlos Carrasco going, him and his 7.5 ERA. Seth Lugo going for the Royals. Yankees are -145. Royals are plus $120 and an 8.5.
I think the Yankees will win tonight. It's like, lose 2, win 1, lose 2, win 2, lose 1. That's who they are. They're average.
I saw today the only games the Yankees have won this year is either when Max Fried pitches or they score 8 or more runs. Those are the games the Yankees have won. So they either light the scoreboard up or Max Fried pitches. Everybody else
they'll probably be in trouble tonight because they're not scoring 8 runs on this guy.
Horrible, the starting pitcher. Horrible.
We all know nothing beats the energy of playing live roulette in a casino. But playing roulette online sure does have its perks. At the casino, you'll average 40 to 50 spins per hour. But online, you're looking at 100 to 150. The more spins, the more chance of wins. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5 points live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
always love having our boy Drano on. Andrew Drano Lano II, our boy, former PGA Tour caddy, the stuff of legend. Always good to have him on C2C. Drano, I know you cashed some fat tickets on Rory. How many times? Because you saw that he was dealing. You saw that he had it, and how many times have you done that track and been on the bag at Augusta? And I've said this a number of times on this show that there are guys that play this course well for like life. They know this golf course and they know how to play it. They know where to hit it. They know where to run it. They know the angles. They know the greens. They know the speed. And they know exactly what they're doing. Guys that are even old, even Bernie and Freddie, they still know how to play that golf course. How many times have you seen it? And how many times have you done the bag at Augusta?
7. I had 5 with Kenny Perry, 1 with Nick Faldo, and 1 with Len Matisse. So yeah, that was some fun stuff. And I actually got shorted on 2 others that I qualified for. Kenny got hurt one year, and then I won with Ches Reavie, but I didn't make it calendar-wise to the Masters. I got relieved in my duties. But anyway, you hit it on the dot. The uniqueness of that place is that, you know what, it's the only major that you play the same course. So everybody gains the knowledge and everybody piles it up and everybody stores all the memories and all that. And that's what makes it such a cool place.
So you've seen guys, you said it to me in the break, that 7 shots is not that big of a deal at that place.
No, it really isn't. I mean, look at 96 and, Norman was walking away with the place and Faldo just came out and just stomped, just took over and he just took it right to him. And it's one of the biggest comebacks ever, like a 12-shot difference in score. But I mean, yeah, it's such a fun, it's a course with a lot of edges. And I can say yesterday from watching it, I mean, they gave those greens a real good haircut. I mean, they were really a lot faster than they were any of the first 3 days, and that's why you saw these guys jacking putts.
How many times have you seen that Race Creek come into play on a Saturday and a Sunday at Augusta? It's crazy. It's like the thing's got magnets in it.
It is. I mean, unfortunately, my guy, I was there one year with Kenny Perry, and we were running up the leaderboard, and we drove it down 13, and we had a 6-iron into 13. This was back before they pushed the tee back, and Kenny pounded it out there pretty good. He hit the prettiest 6-iron going right at the pin. We're like in 5th or 6th place, and the thing just fell out of the air and into the creek. And you just look at each other, and I almost have said that, some of those holes are haunted, and I say that jokingly, but I mean, it's crazy the stuff that happens there, and you saw a whole bunch of it yesterday.
It is haunted. It's a unique place that it does things to the back 9 on Sunday. It does things to people like we've never seen. And we've seen meltdowns before there like we've never seen in golf. But I continue to express on this show, and I know you've heard me, how much I love the Open. The Open to me is so much better. It's not even funny. Like, for my money, with the wind, the rain, the cold, the weather, the links golf, the difference in courses year to year where they move around, in the bunkers, everything about it, the fescue, everything about it to me, I don't disagree that the Masters is special and magnificent. It's just, for me, the Open makes it'll make a man out of you playing golf in that place. Like, I mean, honestly, it's just so different. What was it like for you to do the bag there as opposed to Augusta?
Well, I mean, you're exactly right. It's where golf was invented. So, I mean, it's not American golf over there. You have to play the golf, as they say, along the ground, and you gotta be real creative. And it's crazy. Like you said, I mean, they do play different venues. You do have to learn those venues, and the weather, you can never count on it. I mean, it is its own animal, and the Masters is its own. The U.S. Open, we know all that, but I mean, it takes a lot of talent and guts to win over there. And I mean, Rory already did that. So I mean, and even Phil, they never thought Phil could do it, and Phil actually buckled down and got it late in his career. But I mean, St. Andrews, let's face it, that's where these guys, honestly, they all want to win there. And you heard Rory yesterday in his interview, it really hurt to lose to Smith there a couple of years ago. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's fun. And the fans over there, they're so knowledgeable. They know the game. It's a complete, it's crazy. And it is going to be really chaos this year when they go to Ireland and Rory's just won.
Well, and he's, at that place at Portrush, that's going to be insanity. Who do you think has suffered more, Rose at Augusta or Phil in the U.S. Open?
Boy, that's a tough one. I like Justin Rose. To be the guy, to be the part of a trivia question, who's lost 2 playoffs at Augusta. To be that close. You watched it yesterday. You get to that point, the 72nd, or in his case, the 73rd hole. That is just crazy. And people have no idea what these guys put into it with everything that they do just to get to that point. I'd have to say, for me, it might be Rose.
When you watched him miss that 5-footer on 18, Rory, and you seen him at Pinehurst do the same thing like 3 times, when you're standing there holding a bag for a guy and he misses a putt like that, how bad does the knife feel in your chest as well as his when he misses? Because I don't know. I said earlier on the show today, because I used to be a golfer, and when I played, I was pretty good when I played every day, 7 days a week in California. But if I missed a 5-footer, I was completely effed for the next 3 or 4 holes. I was double, bogey, and I was cussing. I was smoking. I was yelling. What does it do to you and your golfer when you miss that 5-footer on the 72nd hole? How do you win after that? No one could explain that to me, how he still won.
Well, I got to tell you, I've always said this, that, the tour's been around for 60 years or whatever, and I've never seen a caddy hit a shot. But our main job is to be there, in that instance and try to get that page turned. And I heard that Harry Diamond went up to Rory and he said, Rory, if I told you on Thursday that you'd be standing here in a playoff, would you take it? And I heard that Rory said yes. So, to Harry Diamond's credit, that was a great thing to say. It's over with and done with. And then I knew it was real when Rory got up there and blasted that drive down the middle with a fade. And he absolutely creased that thing. And he was always going to be by Rose because obviously he's longer than Rose. But it was like, I was a little bit nerved up on that to think like the same thing you're thinking. Well, what's he going to do here? But you know what? To his credit, kid's resilient. And he carries himself well. I don't care what anybody says through the thick and thin, and I've had interaction with him. He's always been great to us, signing stuff for our foundation, et cetera. So I got no qualms with Rory, regardless of what he chooses to do otherwise with tours and this and that.
All right. So respectfully, I got 1 minute. When you saw him sink it and win and throw his club and fall to his knees, what did it do to you? Because I was all kinds of shook up because my mother-in-law and my uncle are all from Belfast and they're drunks and they're in heaven. And they were drinking whiskey in heaven. What did it do to you when he did it?
I'll tell you, I was elated. I didn't care anything about the bets. I was my mom is Irish and she's not with us anymore. So I know what you went through on that deal. And but I just for golf and given my 25 years to golf in my position that I did, I was happy for the game of golf. I was really happy for Rory to have that relief off his shoulders because it's kind of a bad rap. But you know what? The kid kept coming and he got there. And that's all I can say. I'm still.
We think it was the best sporting event of the year. Drano, love you. Great stuff.
New to casinos and not sure what to play? Well, try blackjack first. It has a lower house advantage compared to other table games, making it especially player-friendly. Now, go get lucky. Let's get lucky.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're gonna go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's gonna help me get the job done. There is not gonna be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
We know what Chris Sale can bring. I was personally high on Schwallenbach. Smith Shawver, their other starter, looks okay to kind of bad. They need to I don't want to say tread water, so I think that puts it in a bad light, but that's what they ultimately need to do. They need to tread water until Strider gets back, until Acuna gets back, and maybe it's just part of the team morale mentality that we're not at full strength, need to kick things into gear once those guys get here.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Your boy Drano on C2C, Carver High, getting excited about the Masters. It was an epic weekend at Augusta and on national television. A lot of fun. I was even watching it on Paramount Plus with the early TV coverage. It was good. All right, let's hit the rest of these baseball games before we switch to pucks, because I know that everybody loves hockey.
Everybody does. We got a lot to do. Let's go. Atlanta is north of the border in Toronto tonight against the Jays. It'll be your boy, Grant Holmes, against Easton Lucas. Big John Holmes. Braves are minus 115. Jays are minus 105. It's an 8.5.
Yeah, I'm not betting on the Braves. No thanks. Give me the Jays.
The Tigers are in Milwaukee against the Brewers. It's Tariq Skubal night for the Tigers. Tyler Alexander will be going for Milwaukee. Tigers minus 165, 7.5 the total.
The Rogie Vachon play of the night, the Brew Crew over the Cy Young winner Skubal.
Wow. The Mets are 10-5 after a big weekend in Sacramento. They stop in Minnesota now on the way home. Clay Holmes tonight. Joe, don't call me Jack Ryan for the Twins. Minus 120 for Minnesota and a 7.5.
I like the Mets here, and I got a big, fat, juicy over on your boy Clay Holmes' strikeout total. I think we're at 4.5. Give me the over. The last time he was out, he had 10, right? Give me the over.
Yeah. Last time out, he did have 10. The Astros are in St. Louis against the Cardinals. Framber Valdez and Sonny Gray, good pitching matchup tonight. Minus 115 for Houston. Minus 105 for the Redbirds and a 7.5.
I try to avoid betting against Sonny Gray.
You try to avoid, but sometimes you have to do it, but not tonight. Told you this is a real good series starting at Petco as the Cubs and the Padres will get together. This evening, it will be Dylan Cease against Jameson Shots of Tyone. Minus 155 for the Padres, plus $1.30 for the Cubs, and a 7.5.
The Friars never lose at home. And give me the over 7.5. Lots of runs. Both of these guys have been getting torched.
And finally, late night at Chavez Ravine. It is the heavy lumber game of the night in Major League Baseball. The Dodgers have Dustin May. The Rockies have Antonio Santazella. Minus 360 for the Dodgers tonight. Rockies plus 285 and an 8.5.
I mean, I'm on May and the Dodgers, and I'm not going anywhere near that price. Give me the over, because I think Santazella is going to get lit up for 10 runs. They have been losing, and they have to take it out on somebody, and this Rockies team is Hairdryer City.
Hairdryer City for them tonight. I mean, they didn't score a run all weekend in San Diego. What are they going to do the next couple of days in Los Angeles against the Dodgers, who have been losing? What if the Dodgers lost? They lost 3 series in a row? Am I right on that?
3 in a row. What a shame.
3 series in a row.
Man, I'm just all beat up by it.
That might be like a 12-0 Dodger tonight. Just an absolute beat up on the Rockies in Los Angeles. All right, how about some homers for this evening?
Taters.
As we do have something else that's starting to change this week, and maybe you're noticing it outside too. A little bit better spring weather in some of the cold weather cities this week, and that means maybe we can get the ball to start flying out a little bit more. We'll go indoors first. In Toronto, I'm expecting lots of runs with the Jays and the Braves this evening, and I'm going back to the Big Bear, plus 320 Marcelo Ozuna against the great Easton Lucas, plus 320 for him. Carrasco's on the mound for the Yankees tonight. I'm sorry. You're going to be the biggest Yankee fan in the world. He's going to give up some bombs. Bobby Witt Jr. plus 420 for the Royals this evening.
Where's
and I might
Vinny
even
P?
sprinkle in. I think Vinny P going down the right field line might actually also be a worthy choice as well. Willie Adames in Philadelphia. Wind is moving out at the bank tonight, so there could be lots of long balls. Adames does have a homer in his career off of Taijuan Walker, plus 430 for him. Tristan Casas for the Red Sox tonight. He's got 2 homers off of Boz in his career. Wind blowing out to right field at Steinbrenner, plus 560 for him. And late night, under the covers, we will go to Mookie Betts, who is, get this, 9 for 20 with 2 homers off of Santazella in his career, plus 480.
What about
for Mookie
Freddie
tonight.
and Will Smith? Can we get a Teoscar? It's going to be a lot of runs tonight at the Ravine. They're going to be flying out.
You probably get a few Dodger guys this evening. I think it's been quite a few days since Ohtani's homered too. So I'm sure that he's due to finally go big fly. But Ozuna, Witt, Adames, Casas, and Betts for me this evening. That's where I'm going for the long balls. All right. Next, like you said, how about some hockey?
Everybody loves hockey.
Now, the hockey season ends on Thursday. Regular season is over Thursday.
God.
Stanley Cup playoffs start on Saturday. So like the NBA, thank God is right. We're at the end of the line here for the National Hockey League, and we already know a couple of the matchups. Stuff from yesterday, the Bruins did beat the Penguins. Leafs beat Carolina. So that means, Scotty, for the Leafs, and we've been tracking this, of course, they are pretty much right on the door. They need 1 point, and they will clinch that division and get themselves it done. So they just need 1 point or Tampa to lose 1 point, and it will be theirs over these last couple of days. Columbus beat the Caps yesterday. They are the only team in the East that can still pass Montreal. They're hanging by a thread. They're 3 points back. They both have 2 games to play. So Columbus needs to win both their games, and Montreal lose both their games in order for Columbus to get the last spot in the Eastern Conference. Probably not happening. Oilers beat the Jets. The Jets clinched the President's Trophy. Not always a good thing. Not always a good thing when you win the President's Trophy. We'll see how it goes for them. The Islanders beat the Devils 1-0. Colorado beat the Ducks. We got guys retiring. Alec Martinez of the Blackhawks. He won 3 cups, of course, 2 with the Kings, 1 with the Knights. He's hanging it up after 16 seasons. Calvin DeHaan was upset about how the Rangers used him. I know. It's Ferrell.
He said it was
how they used him. It was Ferrell, how they used him. Western Michigan wins the Frozen Four championship. They did not spend 1 penny on NIL this season for their team.
Because they don't have any money.
All.
They don't have any money.
I have 6. They don't have any money. 6 games tonight. We'll do them in leftovers.
New to casinos and not sure what to play? Well, try Blackjack first. It has a lower house advantage compared to other table games, making it especially player-friendly. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Let's get lucky.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I have a team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
We know what Chris Sale can bring. I was personally high on Schwallenbach. Smith Shawver, their other starter, looks okay to kind of bad. They need to I don't want to say tread water, so I think that puts it in a bad light, but that's what they ultimately need to do. They need to tread water until Strider gets back, until Acuna gets back, and maybe it's just part of the team morale mentality that we're not at full strength, we need to kick things into gear once those guys get here.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
As you know, Carver High, I'm a big fan of the Big Kahuna, the steak sandwiches. But I will say that of all leftovers, I be careful because leftover cheesesteak sandwiches can do heartburn damage to the interior walls of your innards. I had a leftover cheesesteak, and I had already had a giant cheesesteak and then had another one because 34C didn't eat hers. So I tried to double up and have a second cheesesteak. I mean to tell you the heartburn I had over the weekend. I mean to tell you, leftovers, everyone loves them unless it's cheesesteaks.
All right, 6 games in the NHL tonight. The Canadiens, of course, will try to wrap up that last spot with a win.
Game over.
And they got the right team in town, one of the worst in the NHL, the Blackhawks. Minus 290 now for the Canadiens and a 5.5.
A complete beatdown. Puck line it.
Dallas is a slight road favorite in Detroit tonight against the Red Wings. 6.5 the total here.
I like Dallas on the streets.
Rangers are finished. They won't be going anywhere. They are in Sunrise, though, to finish off their season this week against the Panthers, who are minus 170 and a 5.5.
Well, they all went golfing today, and then tonight they're going to give up 5 or 6 goals. So puck line it.
That is one good thing about playing the last week of the regular season in Florida. You can go play golf. Utah is in Nashville. Both of these teams playing out the string. Utah minus $1.55, 6.5.
I mean, the Predators are complete ass mustard, but they'll win this one at home. They got to win something, right?
The Kings and the Oilers are getting ready to see a lot of each other. They're going to play each other for the 4th consecutive year in the playoffs starting this weekend. Tonight, though, they'll meet in Edmonton in what's basically a scrimmage. Kings minus 170, Edmonton plus 145.
So that looks to me like nobody's playing or something. Like, how are they 130 on home ice?
To be fair, yeah. Well, I don't think that Draisaitl and McDavid are going to play. Now, they must not care about the home ice. They're 2 points back of L.A. So technically, there is still home ice on the line.
Well, then give me the Oilers.
Oilers for tonight, who are, of course, dogs at home. San Jose is in Vancouver. Yes, plus 130 I have for them right now.
Vancouver's going to kill San Jose tonight. They're finally going to win a home game. Good riddance. That's the end of the Sharks tonight.
God bless and good luck for them, that's for sure. There you go, the hockey.
Everybody loves hockey.
Everybody does love hockey. Saints quarterback Derek Carr he's probably going to miss the entire 2025 season. He's got a shoulder injury. He's finished. 8-time Pro Bowl cornerback Patrick Peterson will retire as an Arizona Cardinal, better than retiring as a Pittsburgh Steeler. The Bears agreed to a 3-year, $40 million extension with cornerback Kyler Gordon. Cam Ward signs a deal, good corner for them, under the radar. Cam Ward signs a deal with Under Armour, so the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft.
So now he can wear their shoes and have ankle injuries for his whole career.
Yes. We've seen a lot of basketball players in the NBA become the assistant GM of their alma maters. Well, now it's hit football. Max Crosby will be the assistant general manager for the Eastern Michigan football program.
A lot of good that'll do. They blow. Are we on the air?
Hey, you know what? They need his money. It's going to take a lot of money to get anybody to go to Ypsilanti. So they better get the checkbook out if they want to get anybody to play there. I love what Tennessee did. We talked about this on Friday, and then a couple hours after we got off air, they did it. Tennessee told that Nico Iamaleava to take a hike.
He was awful.
Get lost.
He was awful.
Just go. Go ahead. You don't want $4 million? Go out the door. It's right there. I mean, please.
He sucked
just get
anyway.
Lost. Got crushed in that playoff game against Ohio State. Crushed in that game. UFC 314 on Saturday night. Volkanovski beat Lopes. I think that was a decision, if I remember correctly. Patty Pimblett beat the hell out of Michael Chandler.
Then, he almost killed him. Patty almost killed him. Patty to Patty. He's vicious. I like him way better than McGregor.
And that Bryce Mitchell, who I guess, isn't that the guy who was the Hitler apologist, Bryce Mitchell? He got choked out unconscious in front of his hero, President Trump.
He's a guy that's his favorite person was Hitler. What a guy. Ferrall finished. Former LSU wide receiver Kyron Lacey, found dead at 24, died in a suicide in his car being chased by the Popo. How scary is this story? The kid had all kinds of mental health issues. Then he was in trouble with the law. Then they chase him down in a car. And instead of being picked up, he kills himself in the car. You can't make this stuff up. GTD is next with the Kevin Walsh. Get my app, Ferrall. It is absolutely badass. You'll love it. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 on Coast to Coast.
Want to play roulette? Here's a tip. European roulette has a lower house edge than American style. The lower the house edge, the better shot you have at winning. Most online casinos offer European roulette. So, if I were you, I'd get spinning. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Okay, what tools can you use to measure those things a bit? And that's where you have like force plates and 3D motion and launch monitors, things like that. But that's all just sort of like measuring what's happening. That doesn't necessarily explain why one guy's really good and another guy's not really good. And that's where there's still kind of like this ongoing, how do you like continue to do research to understand that better? And I think that's going to last well past my lifetime.
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
I'm still optimistic eventually this will happen and they'll get it together. I mean, if Florida can get their act together, Sam, with the tribes, I believe that California can too.
It would bring a lot of money to the tribe, which is also something they really care about. It's an $8 billion market. Conservatively, it could be even more when it legalizes. The sports books would be sharing revenue with the tribes, essentially doing all their operations and forking over a percentage directly to the tribes.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
King of the featherweight division for the BKFC, that is King Kai Stewart, who is joining us now, still the champion of the featherweights.
Though he did get dominated, he was still throwing big shots. He landed a lot bigger shots on Palomino than he did me, and I wasn't really impressed. Palomino's getting older. He is definitely a former GOAT. He has done amazing things in this sport, but it's just my time.
Only